Hey, sports poachers, it's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back with analysis of the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Edmonton Oilers. Well, the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight finished their homestand in about the same way they started it, only this time they lost in regulation to the Edmonton Oilers by a score of 6-4. Edmonton is just the better team. There's really no way to sugarcoat this loss. Both McDavid and Draisaitl with 4 points tonight. Congratulations to Leon Draisaitl. This score is 1,000th point in the NHL. That's the first time ever a German-born NHLer has scored 1,000 points. So congratulations to him. This Edmonton Oilers team looks like they're starting to put some pretty good talent on the ice, as always. I mean, they made the last two Stanley Cup finals. Playing against Jari was a little weird, no doubt about that. But I don't think Jari was the difference tonight by any stretch of the imagination. When you have guys like McDavid and Draisaitl out there and they get 6 goals, it's going to be a loser every time, no doubt about that. How did it happen? So looked like in the first period, it pretty much started out great for the Penguins. They get the first power play goal, except Ben Kindle was offside by about 6 inches. And that's too bad because it was a really nice play. Kindle coming down the left side of the ice, gave it back to Mantha, and he just buried it from the slot. Looked like the Penguins were off to a good start there. And, when the coach's challenge comes out right away and you hear it's offsides, you know it's not going to be a goal. So and it wasn't, of course. And after that, the Pittsburgh Penguins commit 3 penalties in a row. They give that deadly power play for the Edmonton Oilers an extended 5-on-3 twice, really. And they score 2 out of 3 times. And honestly, they really didn't look back after that. Tommy Novak scored at the end of the first period to kind of give you a little bit of hope. But then Skinner gives up a bad goal in Savoy in the second. Carlson keeps it close with the Sid assist, with the only power play goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. I guess, at that point, you're still like, okay, maybe they got a chance. But soon after that, Edmonton goes on their own power play, and a Bushbaum puts it in the back of the net 4-2. That was really it after that. It went 5-2. Russ made it interesting at 5-3 when they pulled the goalie, but McDavid hits the empty net, and Heinen gets a garbage goal at the end there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you any highlights tonight because the game was on TNT, HBO Max, so I don't really have the ability to show video from that feed. So I'm not going to be able to show you the goal. But the one thing that I did notice tonight is that, 1, Edmonton's definitely the better team. 2, it looks like the Penguins they're not into hitting themselves out of this situation. What do I mean by that? It looks like they're just kind of going through the motions out there. Typically, when you dump the puck into the end, you just want to run a guy over. That's how you get momentum back. That's how you can take back the momentum that's falling away from you. But the Penguins don't seem to want to do that. I don't know if it's just not in their DNA. I don't know if it's in the way Muse doesn't want them to do it. But boy, when they get down like this, I just wish somebody would go out there and run somebody over, or make something happen. It just looks like when they get into this situation, they just look like they're going through the motions, and that really just bothers me a little bit, to be completely honest with you, about this team right now. First of all, to not get a single win, whether in overtime or a shootout or in regulation, in 5 straight home games, that's bad. That's a bad look for the fans. And I mean, they're already struggling to sell tickets, and that seems like a dumb thing to say because right now you care more about the team, but the team really counts on home ticket sales. And to have a terrible stand like this is not going to help ticket sales for the future. And it's a business too, people. I don't want to get too down on the Pittsburgh Penguins because they have been off to a good start, but this is definitely a low point for them. This is their lowest projected points for the season since the 4th game of the season. And at the 4th game of the season, when you're projecting points, it's not really it's not really a good way to look at it. I mean, at that point, they were projecting 82 points. That was the lowest point of the season. Right now, the Pittsburgh Penguins are projected at 94 points, which is still, you're still at that 90, 94 point range. That's still probably going to get you in the playoffs. But honestly, when you're playing this terribly, it's almost like you don't even really feel like you're a good team. You're even good enough to make the playoffs. So that's really what the Pittsburgh Penguins have going right now. Maybe it's a good thing. The next 4 out of the 5 games are on the road. Maybe hitting the road is exactly what the Pittsburgh Penguins need. They need to get out of town. The fans were booing again tonight. It's hard not to boo when they look so terrible out there. But I already said my piece with the booing for the Penguins. I don't think that's any way you get the team back out of this funk by booing them. In fact, I think it actually hurts the situation. But that's the way it is. Pittsburgh Penguins lose tonight, 6-4 to the Edmonton Oilers. Leon Draisaitl gets his 1,000th point. Both Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl each get 4 points tonight and in a dominant game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins' next game is Thursday, and they will be playing at Ottawa. I think you should tune into that game. I think you're going to see a little bit of feistiness from these Pittsburgh Penguins. For some reason, when they play against Ottawa, it seems like it's a bit of a chippy game. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see that game get a little out of hand with the penalty minutes, to be completely honest with you. Sidney Crosby did get an assist tonight, and he is 1 point away from tying the great Mario Lemieux in regular season points for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He is sitting at 1,722 points, just 1 point away from tying Mario. Guaranteed to happen very soon. Sid's a point per game person, and he looks frustrated. I'm not so sure he didn't even try. I would have hated him to score that point tonight in a losing game. I'd love to see him just go out and get 3 points against Ottawa, get off this losing streak, and break Mario's record. So I know I'll be back. I hope you'll be here. I'm your Hockey Jesus. I'm here after every single Pittsburgh Penguins hockey game, giving you the stats, letting you know what's up from just a fan. That's all I am. I love the game of hockey. I hope you love the game of hockey. If you love what I'm seeing here, I'll try and be back on Thursday with some highlights for you guys. I know it's been a few shows since I've given you some highlights to look at. I'll be back on Thursday with the highlights. So until then, hey, enjoy the hockey you watch. I'll see you Thursday night.